Hey BBs, it's Plastic, and today I'm back with you guys for another video. How are we all doing today? I hope we're all doing really freaky fab. In today's video, we're just talking and doing like a retrospective type of video, but on like these dolls. What are these dolls from? These are from the Monster High Generation 3, that big blister Ghoul Spirit pack. And usually I'm not one to like do like a retrospective type of video on like too many things because like it's kind of boring and like whatever, who cares? Like these dolls are a year old, congratulations. But these are very special to me because these are the first taste that I personally had of Monster High Generation 3. So I thought I got them last year on September 13th, but literally I forgot about it until I was looking at my Snapchat memories and I was like with my Draculaura doll and I was like, okay, like I forgot that like I got them a year ago. So I thought it'd just be kind of fun right now, even though it's not September 13th, that I've had these dolls in my collection for a year and they meant so beyond much to me when I first got these dolls that it just feels right to talk about them and share them with you guys a year later, how they've kind of grown in my collection, how they fell off in my collection, and all that fun things. But some backstory about this collaboration, or this pack, it was like a six-pack, and it was a Ghoul Spirit. There was so many dolls in this pack. It was like a Walmart exclusive. I think it was meant for like Black Friday sales. It was like $125, I want to say, at first, and that's what I bought it at. The listing originally came up on Walmart.com with no pictures, no nothing, just Monster High 6-pack. And to be honest with you guys, when I first bought this pack, I swore up and down it was all the main 6 Monster High characters, like the core dolls, but just repackaged in a big pack, because I know Mattel does that a couple times. And when I went onto Twitter one of the days and it was like this pack, I was low-key really bummed out down, because I was really wanting a Laguna doll as my first taste of Generation 3, but you know, things don't always work out. But I definitely got a different thing that I thought I was gonna get. To be honest, these were not worth $125, and I actually returned them when once they went on a sale, because Walmart has like a 90-day return policy, and like I rebought them and returned like with the receipt. It was a whole thing. So I only paid $60 for my set, and I actually have 2 sets, to be honest, because I also bought another one, and they're over here. I'm missing the Frankie. Where did they go? But I have another one that I redressed, and we'll go over these in a minute too. But I just want to give you guys, I guess, like thoughts and feelings on these ones, because again, for like, I guess for $60, it's not a bad set. For $10 each, definitely a steal. I don't think these are available anymore. I think these were Walmart exclusive, sadly, because I've ever only seen them at Walmart. And they were mostly online, but there was a couple packs in my local Walmart store. That's where I got the second pack. And they definitely had like them in store, but they're again mainly for Black Friday because of that giant price point. They're kind of meant to be like marked down, you know what I mean? And they were just really special. But the pack that I have like in their stock outfits are actually my second pack. The first pack that I got was this pack that I redressed them in. And I don't know where I think I threw Frankie on my bed. Let me go find them. Actually, never mind. Frankie was literally behind me the whole time. But all these dolls got redressed because I got another pack. And actually, I think I sold the Deuce from the second pack. So, like, the Deuce over there in his stock outfit is from the first outfit. But I just want to talk about these ones because these are, like, my first actual Generation 3 dolls. And they are all so beyond special to me. I've redressed them, obviously. But I don't think that, like, dulls their shine. Here is Cleo first. It was so cool to get these dolls and to, like, really feel, like, what Generation 3 was going to be about. Like, the whole new bodies were so beyond cool. Like, this Cleo had saran hair, which definitely shook up the world a little bit, I think. And it was just so cool to, like, just have these before Generation 3 was, like, launching. You know what I mean? Like, they launched officially in October, but things happen and these dolls came out long before that. Here's my OG Frankie. My OG Frankie actually has a lot of differences between my new one, if you guys can kind of tell, just in terms of, like, their face placement and like their eyes. Like the original one that I got has like much darker eyeshadow, and the new one has like much lighter eyeshadow, if you can kind of see that. It's definitely very interesting, and I think they look like completely different dolls in my own way. But that Frankie was really fun to restyle. I also had my first Torlai, who this was the Torlai that I had for most of the Monster High launch. I don't think I got my regular core Torlai till like November, maybe late October. But I was rocking with the Ghoul Spirit one for a while, and I still don't like her outfit, but it's better than what she came in her stock outfit. But this hair was such nice long saran, and this was the tea. This Draculaura literally shook my world. So I restyled her obviously now, and she's mad wonky. Like looking back at her, like that eye is not correct. You probably see the wonkiness in my review because I think I posted a review when these came out. Yeah, I was doing YouTube. But this Laura though was a really, really special instance though when I opened this pack, and feeling that she was a thicker kind of doll was so emotional and so sentimental to me personally, because I grew up, I've always been a kind of thicker person, and I don't want to, whatever. She just meant a lot to me, just to have those thicker thighs. And I know she's not really like the biggest whatever, but like I think she's so cool that they really, really went out of their way to give us a more diverse body type. And I'm really, really happy with that. I really, really love this body on Draculaura. I think I want these kind of thighs on a lot of other dolls. They're just so cool, and they're so fun, and they're so juicy-licious. But yeah, I redressed her as well into some Rainbow High and Shadow High pieces. And then my last doll that I redressed was this Claudine. And again, I sold the Deuce from my second pack, so the first one is over there, but she's really, really cool. But now we get into the original dolls, and I think I want to rank them. Just as we go through the pack, I thought it'd be kind of fun to like rank them, whatever, because there are 6 of these dolls, and there's a lot to talk about, so it'd be kind of easier to break it down. The last one that I really, really just wasn't feeling too much was just Deuce, because I don't know, like Deuce is a boy doll. He has green skin, and I didn't think that green skin really processed in my brain until I actually got this physical doll in the mail. Yeah, he's probably one of the best Deuce dolls. Definitely better than Coffin Bean. And honestly, I want to say he's better than his core look. Can I say that? Because his core look had like a really weird combination of like sweatpants and like a jacket, like a heavier type of jacket. So I never really understood that. But this is, I think, his best doll. Again, I did not keep 2 of him because I don't like boy dolls. Like, okay. And I hope my friend Trin doesn't see this, but he's definitely not the worst of he might be the worst of the pack in my opinion, because I don't like boy dolls. So he kind of is already dead last just because of that. So sorry to the the boy doll lover stands out there. Boy stan, you get it. Boy doll stands. I just don't connect with them that much. They're not my favorite thing in the world. But he's cool. He definitely is a part of the pack. I wish it was Laguna though instead. Yoink. I don't know. It's just Deuce. The one that I also just didn't fully love is Torlai. This outfit is horrendous. Like, the paper quality, these dolls were, again, budget dolls or whatever you want to call it. They're multi-pack dolls, so they didn't get the best quality. They did have nice hair fibers, but, like, this doll just has, like, she's, like, dusty. Oh, my God. She just kind of had this really papery, thin kind of outfit, which I just did not connect with, to be honest, at all. When I first saw the pictures, when I first held her on my hands, this outfit is literally, like, not even hemmed. It's so cheaply made. It feels and sounds cheap. Just, if you missed out on this like doll, like you're not missing out on much, ma. I think she had a really cool face, and I remember when we first saw this face, like I think it was misprinted on like a core Torlai, and a lot of people were like losing their minds that this was like a variant. So it's really, really funny that like in retrospective, like this was not a variant, it was just like a misprint or whatever, like on the dolls. Yeah, this doll is definitely of its time. I think it's really weird to like look at Generation 3 from the beginning of it, and I'll do another video when it comes to like October time, like this first of like October or whatever, where I'll talk about the year of Generation 3, because I definitely want to talk about that in its own separate video. But just like a little thing, like it's really, really interesting to see how these dolls truly have changed so much in just a year's time. Just like the design wise, conceptually, like this, it feels so dated in its G3 retrospective of things. And I don't know if that makes sense or not, but like I don't know, something about it just isn't like the shoes were not that campy, like they kind of looked kind of weird. The yellow makes no sense in this color scheme at all. Um and I think she's just really dated, but I think she's cool to have her in my collection because I'm kind of like a completionist when it comes to Monster High, or at least I'm trying to be. Um I think she's not the doll that's ever going to be front and center on the shelf. I think her core doll is probably better. Um, but I think she was really, really fun. Like, I mean, like, trying to be nice about it, because I'm just, like, kind of, like, reminiscing. You know, she's not as bad, but she's not good. Let's leave it at that, okay? So that's Toralei. I don't know. Not many thoughts, not many feelings. She just kind of was in the pack. Kind of wish Laguna was in the pack besides her, because I would have like lived the world if Laguna was in this 6-pack. I would have been like, okay, it's fine. Or the Ghoulia. Like, I feel like it should have been the main ghouls plus Ghoulia and Laguna. You know? Torlai and Deuce didn't really make so much sense. Because, wait, she is the cheerleader, though, in the show. And I think these outfits are in the show, if I'm correct. I don't remember that well. But the next ranking, I guess this is number 4 out of the 6-pack. We have Clear the Nile. This doll had another one of those outfits that was really, really scary when G3 was, again, first launching. I was scared of the quality because we knew the core dolls had nice quality, but like we didn't know much about like the rest of the Monster High lineup. And this was scary because look at this. Look at that. Ma. It's one-sided. No. And honestly, Generation 3 hasn't done this ever since this doll, I want to say. I'm pretty confident in that. They haven't done like one-dimensional pieces like this. This is one of, honestly, she might be worse than Toralei, but I think her base doll is pretty enough that it saves her because Toralei just kind of looks like British. But I think this doll is horrible. Like the outfit wise, I think the base doll is gorgeous. I always think these shoes though are from her core doll because when I first got her core doll, I took these shoes off of this doll and I gave them to her core looks. But these are her original shoes, which are actually like I think the best shoes from this pack. Yeah, definitely the best shoes from this pack. They're like they kind of give like G1 Cleo the wrapped sandals. They're stunning. This headband is so funny to me. Like, what do you mean? Like, what is that? Like, I don't get it. Like, maybe it's like a sports thing and I just never understood it. I've never ever seen these, though, at like my high school football games. So, like, I don't know what this was. But it's a very interesting headpiece. Like, it feels, again, dated. This mug, though, is really stunning, though. Like, look at that mug. Like, one of the best Cleo mugs ever, I think, and I want to see it again. She also had saran hair, which is really, really interesting because this saran blend, we were told it couldn't be a thing, and then like because core Cleo had polypropylene hair, so I never understood why this doll randomly had saran like and that one has poly, because like the core doll should be like their flagship products, the products that a lot of people are gonna get the first taste of Generation 3 from. So it feels very interesting that this doll just has like saran and the other one is like poly. I don't know. The whole saran versus poly thing is something currently, as we're filming, has been a big thing with Monster High, where they're kind of switching in between and they're kind of going throughout the whatever. But it's very, very interesting, again, looking back with it. She just had, like, saran and her core doll had poly, like, whatever. But again, this outfit was very, like, I hated it so bad. Like, the jacket was a cool concept. I think I loved the sleeves and, like, the hieroglyphics. But again, the quality really kills it. And this dress, y'all, is so bad. Like, it's hard. Like, looking back, I mean, even like when I was in the moment, I always thought this dress was ugly. But looking back at this doll, because I don't have this pack fully on display anymore. It's kind of just like shoved in the back of my Generation 3 display. Like I have Monster Ball, Collector Ghoulia, and like some of the Iridescent dolls in front of these dolls. This is crazy. Like they got away with this. They put this on store shelves. It's not like offensive or anything. It's just so ugly. Like it's genuinely. Her body's hidden right. Her body's pretty, but the quality on this. And mind you, the pack was $125 at retail. So that means each doll was $24 at retail price before like the Black Friday sales. Just not serious at all. At least it's hemmed kind of though, so like that's cool. And her shoes were again really, really nice. And they all had like the chest articulation, I think, which was really, really like a weird mix. Like high quality chest articulation, weird cheap outfits. I just do not understand what was happening. And again, this was made for the kids, it was made for the Black Friday sales, whatever. It just says such a random mix of like high quality hair, high quality outfit bodies, and then like cheap outfits. I do not understand it. They also had accessories. I don't know where the accessories are, and I don't remember who came with what, so I'm not even gonna try to fight that beast. But if you really want to know, I'll have my review. I'll put my original review posted in the comments below or in the description, because I actually before I post this, I'm gonna watch that. I should have watched that before this video, but I don't know. Yeah, but yeah. A gorgeous doll, horrible outfit. She's number 4, I think, for that reason. And we also had Claudine at number 3. She's yeah, okay. I think I actually modified a couple things because I gave her some extra stuff from the second doll that I had. So I'm just gonna put those off to the side because like I don't want to be unfair. This doll, I think she's the only doll in the pack that has polypropylene hair, which is why it's braided up. But I actually really like the braids on her, to be honest. I think she looks good with it. And this doll is again another interesting outfit. The green and or the orange and purple were really something. I think the shoes were kind of like the 4th worst, maybe. I don't know. They're just boring. Like these shoes, again, when I first got those last year, they never felt like Monster High shoes. Like these just feels like Barbie. It feels like anything. Like this doesn't feel like Monster High campiness. Like it's not like a heel sneaker like what we used to see with G1, which definitely threw me for a loop. And again, looking back at it, not living for it at all. I hate this mold. It's just boring. Like, it's just not fun. Like, when I think of Monster High, I think of fun, campiness, over the top, over the moon, just fun. And this was not it. Again, I think they've learned a lot from this release. But yeah, overall, this doll is more cheap fabric. Two pieces though, so it's you can like mix and match if you really want to. A nice little sweatband, a little plastic piece, fabric socks, this little headband, which is really really cool. She has like a face under those glasses. I think these glasses are deuces though, but boy dolls don't exist in my world. Yeah, and overall she was there. I don't think she really had too many outfits in G1 where she was like playing sports or anything. No, actually that's a lie. She had a fashion pack that was kind of like this, but it was prettier. And then she had that like baseball doll, so not too much. But she's cool that it's like she has a new thing going on for G3. This feels weird though. Like looking at this, like why did they put two of these just there? They should have made like one. Yeah, not too much to say about her. Really interesting color design. But she's cool to have in the collection. I think I like that. This is the T though. Number 2 is actually kind of gagged me. I thought she'd be number 1 because she's everybody's number 1. We have Draculaura. Miss, she's kind of the it girl of everything. I don't know. This outfit's still very cheap. It's very one-dimensional as well. But at least like the ruffling on the bottom, like, you know, two sides. These shoes, yeah, I think they're not as bad though as like Claudine's were. Like they have like the molded on socks, but at least like they have like little bat wings. Again, the dress is just not serious. Like there's no way. It doesn't even fit her body correctly either. Like there's like really weird gaps in like the fabric, like right here. And it like doesn't kind of fit her really nicely. I don't know. Maybe that's like a mine has like a shaping issue. But she's just kind of there. I think she is probably the best one. I think her ponytail and like this little like bat bow is really fun. Like this is very G1 kind of like the big plastic accessories. This face is really really pretty now that I have one that's not wonky. She had this really weird though pom-poms that were like just hunks of plastic, which I hated. But for $10 on that like sale price, definitely worth it I think for this doll. I think she's cute, but yeah, I don't know. She's cool. This whole pack just kind of feels like the same like critique of they're cool, they're there, but like they're really cheap and sad. I think though it's time to talk about the best one because I don't really care about anyone else anymore. We have Frankie Stein. Is this doll everybody's favorite? No, but it's my favorite, and I think that's what matters. I think that's what's the tea here. This is the only doll. No, they have one earring though, but like Claudina, does Claudina have earrings? No, actually they all have earrings besides Draculaura. Dang, besides Draculaura and Deuce, but they have one earring, and it's a shot. You know, this was something at the time. It was so sad. It was bad for the fans. Like the plastic shaved side had no flocking, was crazy down. They have saran hair, which is cool. And I think the makeup is really really nice on Frankie Stein. But yeah, I actually really love this outfit. I think this is probably the highest quality outfit in this pack, if I'm gonna say that. This doesn't feel as cheap, and again, it is kind of that two-dimensional. Like they have printing on both sides. It does feel very flat, but whatever. I think it was just the best outfit. Like the shoes are kind of crazy fun, but like they're giant, they're very Frankenstein, and they're really really cool to look back on. Like look at how big that shoe is compared to this doll's foot. Like it's so funny. And like in the ring light, I don't know if you can see it, but like their foot is like just not as big as a shoe is. I think this doll is probably the best one in the pack. This is the doll that I pick up the most from this pack. That's on my shelves and everything, and they are just fun. Um, I think I'm also like a giant Frankie stan for G3. Like they're, if not Laguna, this is probably my favorite character. I just think Frankie's so silly, and you can definitely see the silliness just with this outfit, which is what I like to see with my Monster High dolls. I like to see the personality kind of come through. I like to see the expressions and the creativeness kind of come through, and this feels also very trendy. This feels like something like, TikTok, Olivia Rodrigo, whatever. Like, the kids are wearing, like, the big shirts with, like, the skirts. I get it, and I love it so much. Like, this is definitely my favorite doll from the pack, and this is the doll, if you're trying to buy this set online, because I don't think they're in stores anymore, and I don't think they're sold online anymore. But if you guys are like looking on Mercari, because I know Mercari is flooded with these dolls, I would definitely pick up these two if you're like really looking. I think these are the best ones, but definitely Frankie Stein is like the best in terms of quality besides this head. Okay, I know I didn't have the most like insightful thoughts and feelings on this pack, kind of looking back at it. It's just very nostalgic. That's kind of all I really have to say is how nostalgic this was. It was very, very, very of its time. It was very early G1. It was kind of where they're really, really trying to feel where they fit in with the market, I think, in my personal opinion. I think it was very experimental, kind of, because the core dolls were kind of the same price as each doll individually, and they had a lot more quality, a lot more, things to play with. So I don't know. I think I'm happy the direction I think Monster High has been trying to go in towards. I think they're definitely for the next year, from the things we've seen, from the leaks we've had, and from the insight that I kind of have right now, and the feeling of where Generation 3 is standing right now. I think we're definitely kind of walking away from this, and kind of going into a different direction. But I'm really, really happy that I have these dolls. I'm happy that they don't have like the paper thin quality anymore, at least from what I've seen in my personal collection. Um, and just very, very interesting to look back at these dolls. What do you guys think about these dolls, though? Do you guys have these dolls in your collection? Um, if you do, like, what do you feel, like, how do you feel about them? Do you still have them? Are they still like your prized possession a year later, or whatever, however long you've had them for? I think after this video, though, I'm definitely gonna put them on like a more prominent display, just to kind of look at them for the next couple weeks, because heading into obviously October and everything, it's mid-September as I'm filming this. Um, it's Monster High season, so I just want to get in that feelings. But yeah, these dolls are so cool. They remind me a lot of my senior year from high school, and they just have a lot of good vibes with them, even though they are kind of tacky and cheap and whatever. But that was kind of my thoughts and feelings for today. Thank you guys if you watched throughout this whole video. Let me know your thoughts and opinions on this whole set in the comments below. I'm dying to know. And yeah, thank you guys, though, also beyond much for watching today's video. It was so much fun to go chat with you guys, and I cannot wait to catch y'all, though, in the next one. Love you all endlessly, and I'll see you very, very soon. Love ya. Bye. Bye, everybody.